job for the people of the city and also back home. He's been our leader since 2001. 2001? Since 2001. And I mean, anybody that has any sorts of problems, any trouble, or whatever the case is, they'll call 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You know, he leaves his family, leaves his work, and go help out. So really, this is the type of people that, you know, that we enjoy, I guess, being around. So, Mr. Valley.
The job giving me a hard time here because I could not talk. I'm losing my voice. But I'm here just to say thank you, Alpha, and thank you, all of us. The sky is the limit. He just said it. Having a good community, a strong community, this is my dream. We come from back way home to be here in this country. We don't know what we're facing. At the beginning, like 12 years or 15 years ago, I was like looking for a job, to have a better life, looking for an apartment, looking for a document to be legally here. Today I'm proud to have my son here. We're just coming from the immigration. He's a citizen today. But having a good business people like the president, I would like to thank you having a good standing business who can hire Guinean and American. And this is our goal, to have a strong community. I don't want to be long. There's a people, like he said, it's a Jalo. There's some Jalo waiting to be by the other side. But I'm just very happy to have to be here and to thank you and to support you. I can promise you one thing. I'll be here anytime you need me for the community, for your business, for anything else. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I guess it's not going to be a lot of food for you today because your voice is gone out.
I did have a special announcement, and that was I was walking outside because the state representative called me and said that the meeting was over in the Capitol and that he was en route here, and maybe he can give us some words of inspiration and encouragement while we're eating. Yeah. But we appreciate everybody who's been patient and has gotten the kind of nourishment I know we all have.
All right. Just before we wrap up here and get to the food, I'd like to first give Miss Mary Brunetta the opportunity also to speak. Miss Brunetta currently she's with the City of Atlanta school system, public school system. She does a great job there. Prior to that, she was in McCassin for a lot of years. So, Mrs. Brunetta, any words of encouragement or?
Hello, everybody. Good to see everybody once again. Yeah, I am with Atlanta Public Schools in the IT department. I work closely with, used to work with Dr. Beverly Hall, and everybody know that scandal that was on. So now with the new interim superintendent, Dr. Earl Davis. So we're done a lot of changes over there with the students and teachers. So we got a lot of new security things going in now, network security. And so hopefully, you know, we'll be on the positive side in the news like now. And things are changing.
It might be nice.
Yes, it will be. Things are changing. And I am contracted with them. I'm not an actual APS employee. I am actually contracted to do some work there. I have a 5-year contract, so now I have 3.5 more years to go. So it's been a pleasure working there. It's been a lot of changes. A lot of good people leaving, a lot of bad people leaving. You know, because it's never good for our instructors and leaders to mislead and do things that will hurt our young and our youth, you know. And if that was the case, you know, I can't judge them, but, you know, what it seems as if, you know, erasure remarks were a big issue there. If it was, you know, I know some teachers personally talked to me about if, you know, they were accused of giving hints, like they're not saying, they're saying it's A, B, or C, they're saying it's A, B, or C. It's like, I didn't have to get the letter where I didn't, you know, they can't even come on campus. Their passwords need resetting, anything. You know, it's wasting so much of money because they're still being paid. It's like $2 million a month that they still have to pay all these principals and the instructors.
For doing a bad job.
Yes, you know, really. And Dr. Hall is still, you know, getting paid, and you have to pay her attorney fees. So that's still causing Atlanta school system a lot of problems. So, you know, my children are in DeKalb County, and I try to let them understand, you know, follow what your teachers say, but you know, if your teacher's doing something wrong, tell it. You know, mine tell their teachers all the time. They do, because I'm like, you have to tell. They're not perfect. They're human also. They're good people in life, and they're not so good people.
Absolutely.
You know, so we have to remember our youth, and because they're our future, you know. And I'm glad that we have this opportunity to, you know, to come in and talk about the history of, what did Dr. John speak of again? He told me
human spirit and achievement.
Okay, you see, there you go. I didn't know the true topic. He told me something as I was running out this morning, and so that's a good topic, you know, because our young really need to know how to be honest in life, and you know, to be positive and be accountable for what they're doing. You know, that's the key. Be accountable for whatever you do. If it's something good or something bad. If you're doing it, that means you had intentions to do it. Even if you follow someone, you still had intentions to do it, because you know right from wrong. It's your decision you make. So you have to be held accountable. And that goes from the oldest to the youngest of all of us in here. And you know, and I like the name. It's catchy. I like that. And I like, you know, when I first heard of high-tech, when I first heard about them, I'm like, oh, what kind of technology are you doing? Because I know Apple was into websites, you know. So that's the first thing that clicks. High-tech, and it's about computers and things like that. And you see that name on a lot of trucks that's not even related to what high-tech was even doing.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So, glad to be here, and happy holidays, and happy New Year to everybody.
And then Mrs. Burnetta also had a flood.
I sure did.
And we were there to help her, so thank you for that.
I sure did.
Have more, okay?
No, but it was the roof had to be replaced, and the floors.
And the flood too. Right.
That was what, New Year's, the roof, we did it in December. As soon as we got the roof done, we had the flood New Year's night.
New Year's, yes, absolutely.
Like that,
December 31st.
Yeah.
And now,
Because there's a lot of people that, if they have flood, and if they have water, they don't combine those two. One of us, she had water damage. She said, I don't know you do water damage. They have to call a different company. She said, I just know you do flood.
that's true. But she had water damage. She had water damage.
Yeah.
And
You can get Joe.
okay, now I'd like to give Joe and then all the other technicians also just the opportunity. If there's someone that you'd like to thank, or is anything that you want to say, you're more than welcome to do so. So I'll start with Joe. If you have anything.
What do you want me to talk about?
We get like I did. Catches you off guard, that apple.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to be given the floor for a minute. Sorry. Well, many of you know that I had my own restoration business for several years, and I sold it and went to work for the company I sold it to, and things didn't work out after that. I made a poor decision, didn't do enough research into the person that wanted to acquire my business, and things went downhill, and then I ended up being on unemployment for a couple of years, and I've been trying to search for a new home in this industry. And I've been through a couple of companies that I've worked with over the last year, and I've been through several interviews before that to see where I could fit in the company, and I think I finally found a home. And I'm very happy and comfortable here, and it's, it warms my heart. I mean, I could just tell you all the emotions that have gone through my family with being on very limited income and credit cards just going up higher and higher. And now I think that this opportunity that Diallo has given me, and Karen putting confidence in me before I even started, has made it possible for me to just be a small part of it to help the success of American property restoration. So I just appreciate that opportunity to be able to be a part of it, and since I had my own business and I was technically proficient and love to do things according to industry standards and by the book, and I'm so happy that the people here have been humble and shown humility to change their ways in the way they do with certain things on the job, and things that they, the way they check water damage jobs and structures and things like that, because of all the training that I've had over the years. And so being able to incorporate that into the business has been part of the thing that makes me feel good, knowing that they're willing to change in case they've been doing something that's not 100% accurate in the past. So I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you, Joe. Without further ado, it's so much that I can say about this humble public servant, outside of being a great father and a great husband and a great community leader. He has shepherded me since he has been in office, since 2002. He is the only legislator, be it Republican or Democrat, that has introduced legislation that has been signed into law every year he's been there. He's been taking the lead on foreclosures and creating laws to protect homeowners and so many other things. But I know we're anxious, but I present to you very humbly our State Representative, Billy Mitchell.